when the IDF is systematically destroying Gaza. 70% of Gaza reportedly has been destroyed. Again, this cannot be completely.
Well, there's good reason for it, Piers.
Well, hang on.
Piers,
I'm going to come to
good reason
but
for
when you
infrastructure
destroy,
being
hang on,
destroyed.
Jonathan, let me finish. When you destroy 70% of a place like Gaza, and you reduce the population to a shuffling herd of people, moved from pillar to post, with no home, who are being bombarded on a nightly basis by the IDF from the air, who are, as we saw last week, just a family of 9 children out of 10 are killed in one of these airstrikes. And you're starving them with a 3-month blockade, right? You put it all together.
No, we're not starving them.
Hang on.
Everything you said, I agree, but we're not starving them.
Okay, you say, Smodrich may or may not have said this. He indisputably said what we heard him say. And he's not just any old minister. He's the finance minister for the Israeli government. He's one of the most powerful people in the country. And he's been one of the most vocal people in that government from the start of this war. So the idea he's not a driving influence for this government is for the birds.
No, I don't think so. And I think that, yes, as I said and acknowledge, he definitely has influence. And I will agree with you. I'll correct myself. He has significant influence over Israeli politics and over the stability of the Israeli coalition. Having said that, when I judge and when I analyze what the IDF has been doing on the ground, I can explain and justify very easily why so many structures in Gaza have been destroyed. And it is directly linked to military necessity. Each and every house that the Israeli troops have encountered has had military infrastructure in it. Each and every mosque, each and every hospital, some, not all, but many UN facilities.
Jonathan, that cannot be true. It cannot be true that every single...
It is, Piers.
You're saying that... hang on, just to be clear.
No, not every single.
You said every house they have encountered in Gaza has contained military infrastructure. That is obviously not true.
Obviously, based on what, Piers? I can tell you that
based on the fact that there have been thousands of civilians killed in homes with no military infrastructure.
He's obviously trying to defend the terrorism of Israel. They have killed over 20,000 children. So are they the most incompetent military in the world? Oh, golly gee, we missed 20,000 times. Or are they doing it on purpose?
Or is Hamas hiding behind
Do you remember
civilians?
in the beginning of the conflict? So here we go. Okay, so do you remember in the beginning of the conflict when they pretended to be outraged that there was an accusation that Israel had hit a hospital? And they're like, how could you say this? Israel would never do such a thing. They have now destroyed 20 out of the 22 hospitals in Gaza. Totally leveled them.
You remember the incident?
Because they want to make life unlivable in Gaza. Because they are terrorists. That is part of the reason why that I abhor violence. I hated what happened on October 7th. He makes it sound like October 6th was perfectly lovely. No, October 6th is when Israel continued to have a 57-year brutal occupation of the Palestinians, demeaning and basically enslaving the Palestinians for 58 years now. When are you going to let them go? You have 5.5 million hostages, those Palestinians under the thumb of despotic Israeli rule.
You asked about Gaza. What I think will happen in Gaza, and I'll tell you now, we're in June 2025. I think that for the coming months, maybe a year or two, my assessment is, based on military logic, is that the IDF will indeed conquer and hold the Gaza Strip.
You just said it. You're going to take Gaza. You just said it. You're going to take Gaza. And you're going to keep it for years and years. You just said it.
Yes,
you just said it. Your whole point was always an offensive war to take Gaza and slaughter the Palestinians so you can take more land. How much land are we going to let Israel take with our money? With our money. Hey, Jonathan, why don't you give us the $300 billion back? Give me the $300 billion back. I don't want to fund genocide. I'm an American taxpayer. Give me the goddamn money back.
You're not funding anything. If you're doing anything, you're not funding genocide.
Yes, I am. I'm unfortunately funding the genocide that your sick brothers and sisters are carrying out in Gaza.
And you are facilitating